So this is actually the um, document that you have in the chat. Okay, so we're gonna go through these 10 things, which uh, I made them little like check boxes so you can check them off as you do them after this call. And then the next part of this workshop is, okay, my profile looks great. Now how do I find my people? And then the next part is, what do I do with people once they've connected to me? So that's what we're going to cover today. So here is just my profile. And what you want to do, let me get rid of this toolbar. The first thing that you want to do is you want to look at your headshot. Your headshot should be a clear, bright, happy, smiling, current picture of you. You ever have a Zoom call with someone and their profile picture looked nothing like the person you are talking to? So we want to be able to recognize you. So, and also it should be a close-up picture of your face, not like a distant picture of you or you and a group of people. The next thing we want to look at is your banner. Your banner should be on brand, and it should have a call to action. So you can always change these, right? I create my banner on Canva. And so my call to action is saying, accepting applications, book a call below. So I'm pointing to where I want them to look, although that blue on black isn't probably the best combination now that I'm seeing this. So I'm pointing to this button right here, which is one of the things on the checklist. This is called a custom button. And you can access and change all of these things. You just need to look for the pencil. Okay, so you want to have a great headshot. You want to have a banner that reiterates who you are, what you do, and what's the next step. So a call to action. You want to, then we want to look at this area right here. This is called the headline on LinkedIn. This is prime real estate for you to tell people who you are, how you can help them, maybe where you're located. And if you're comfortable, you can put your phone number on here. Personal choice on your part. I choose to add it because I haven't had a problem with it so far. Let's see here. And also with the headline, you want to make sure that you are like always choose clarity over being cute. We don't want people to have to figure out what you do or who you work with or who you serve. Take that effort out of the mix for them. Make it easy for them. Okay, the next thing, and I'm probably going out of order because I don't have my cheat sheet in front of me. But the next thing here is your contact info. So we want to make it, again, easy for people to connect with you, easy for people to find you, easy for people to research you. So if you look at my contact info, I've got my website is LinkedIn right now. LinkedIn is my website at the moment. But I am adding my calendar here for them to book a call with me. And guys, this works. Like I get probably, I would say 1 or 2 people get onto my calendar every day for, a date in the future without any effort from me. You can add your phone number here, the address. Instead of putting your actual address, use it as another opportunity to tell people who you are, where you are, and what you do. And then your email, your birthday. I know you can't see mine right now, but I know you'll be able to see it when you look at it. Definitely want to add your university if you attended college, and then this call to action button, this custom button. LinkedIn is always adding new features. This was a really cool feature that they added about a year ago. And so you just tell you can write in the words that you want it to say. I typed in book a call. And then when people click on that, it takes them to my Calendly account. And this is one of the ways that people are getting onto my calendar. Simple, time saver. You don't need to do it. You can set it and forget it. Okay. Just going to go back to my cheat sheet here and make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, we talked about the headshot, the banner, the headline, the contact info, the custom button. Okay, so now we're going to go to, you know what? And I think this is actually a good time for me to pull up Gary's profile too, because he's done such a good job with updating this. And I know others on the call have as well, but I'm going to use Gary's as an example right now. Gary, oh, thank you, Amy. Amy. Okay, so Amy is cueing me to say it's time for a group picture so that I can tag all of you in your business. And let me stop sharing so that we can do that. If you have something you want to toast to, that is fine. Normally I have coffee or tea at this time of the day.
Water.
Me too. Me too. Okay. All right. So if you want to hold up your drink and toast to learning how to leverage LinkedIn for our business, I will tag you and you'll see that post today. Make sure yep, I got you. All right. Thank you. All right. Back to the program, back to sharing. All right. Let's look at Gary's top part of his profile here. Another way to think about your LinkedIn is like your storefront. People are shopping and they're looking to see, who is this person? Do I think I could trust them? And can they help me? So Gary has a beautiful banner. He's got a nice, bright, smiling picture of himself. He's got his name. Let's see, owner at Aldridge Valuation Advisors, business owners, let's grow and sell your business for more value, because that's what he is the best at. Nashville based, serving clients nationwide, and then his phone number. Great headline. Let's see, Gary's contact info. He's got his website. He's got his calendar link. We can call him. We know who he helps, and we've got his email, right? So when you're connecting with people here on LinkedIn, you can look at their contact info to see if you're messaging them on LinkedIn and they're not getting back to you, you can come to this contact info area and look for their phone or their email and just contact them directly that way, or their calendar link. Gary's got a call to action, schedule a call with me. And one other thing that is not on the checklist, and you can add it in, is if you don't have more than 500 connections, you want that to be a goal. Once you've got 500 or more connections, LinkedIn pushes your profile up in the feed. Okay. Alrighty. The next section so once you get this top part completed, the next area we want to go to, because this is the next place people are going to go, is your about section. So your about section, when LinkedIn was first created, it was more about talking about our accomplishments and our resume stuff, our experience. No offense, no one cares. Okay. If they want to know where you've worked before, they're going to go down to the experience section and see where you've been and what you've done. But what they want to know is, what's in it for me? So how can you help your ideal customer? So you want to call them out and talk to them directly. I don't mean call them out in a bad way, but I'm going to show you two examples. I'm going to show you mine, and I'm going to show you Gary's. Christopher, do you think yours is ready? I could share yours too, if so.
If you want to, you can. I feel
Okay.
like it's almost there, if not
Okay.
there.
Okay, good. This is the toughest part for people to write, because it can be difficult to think about, how do I talk to my ideal clients without sounding too salesy or sounding too whatever. But here's an example. This is who I'm looking for, founders and CEOs. This is what they can expect. This is who it's for. This is why the name. And these are the next steps. I actually think Gary did a better job on his about section. Check this out. Look how cool this is. And he's using so the way that he's getting the bold, because I know some of you are detail people and you're thinking, how did he do that? He actually sent me the text and I used it, but what we did is we used a free app. It's a website. It's called Yay Text. Yay, like yay, YAY text, YAYTEXT.com. And I'll show you that in a second. But look at this. Here's what Gary does. He helps business owners maximize the value of their business. And I own Aldridge Valuation Advisors in Nashville. Who does he work with? What sets him apart from others? How does he do it? Why it matters? And then boom. Simple. How many of you could see yourself doing something like that for your business? Yeah. Yeah. It's just making a date with yourself to do it and scheduling it on your calendar. And then you can always run it by somebody else and say, hey, does this even make sense? Does this resonate with you? What do you think? How can I make it better? And ChatGPT is a great tool for that too. This is the website for, it's free. So if you want to make your text bold or italicized, you would just, it's yaytext.com. So I'm going to say, hi, Amy. And then you just pick the font that you like the best. Like if I like this one, I would just hit copy and I would go into my LinkedIn, edit the section I want, hit my little pencil button and paste it in there. Okay. Let's see where we are so far here. Okay, so we talked about the about section. The next section is the featured section. So this can be used in two different ways. This is below the about section. The featured section can be used to, like in my case, I like to highlight what we're doing in 317. I want to highlight the members of 317, highlight the mentors of 317. I want to show people how they can learn things like this. So that's one way to use the featured section. The other way to use the featured section is, I'm going to show you this person in Delaware. Her name is Brooke Grubbs. And think like door number 1 and door number 2. She uses the featured section to show people these are the 2 ways you can work with me. She's also a LinkedIn, well, she is, not also, she is a LinkedIn expert. I talked with her. She's really nice. She's very good at what she does. But check this out, how she uses her featured section. Just 2 things, 2 options. Pick my brain for 1 hour or retain me for 10 hours. And then if you click on it, it'll give a description. So that's pretty cool. You could, play around with either one and see which works best for you. Okay. The next thing that we want to look at with your profile is your top 2 skills and recommendations. Okay. So under experience, like obviously you're going to list your experience, your prior work experience. What I would recommend though is if you're doing something now that's totally different from what you used to do, elaborate on the thing you're doing now, because you want them to look at what you're doing now. You don't want them to get curious or sidetracked and go looking at what you used to do. So that's why I'm not saying much about the things that I did in my former life. But there's a lot more, there's more information here. There probably could be more info. Okay, you want to add your education, of course, any licenses or certifications, that's not on your checklist, but certainly if you have any certifications or licenses, this is where those would go. Volunteering is good to add because we like to be with and work with and connect with people who we tend to connect with people who have similar interests as us, right? So if you look at what people do in their free time to give, to serve, to volunteer, that gives you some insight, and it also gives you something to talk about. Like if Amy is connecting with me for the first time and she's like, oh my gosh, the rescue mission, I haven't been there forever. I love volunteering there also. Well, we have a common interest now. So am I going to be more likely to respond to her message? Absolutely. Okay, 2 more things with this. So the skills, think about the top 2 skills that you want people to know you for. So LinkedIn used to list the top 3 skills. Well, they probably realized that people scan more than read. now because we've all got so much incoming stuff. It's not that we're lazy and we don't want to read. We just have to maximize our time, so we scan. So what are the top 2 skills you want people to know you for? And make sure they're the top 2. So to add or delete skills, you would go to this pencil. And if you want to reorder them, oh, sorry, you would go to the plus if you want to add skills. Sorry about that. If you want to rearrange the order of them, you're going to click on the pencil. This is a little bit hidden. And then you'll go to these 3 dots and you'll hit reorder. And then that's where, like, let's say I wanted to make, which I don't, but let's say I wanted public speaking to be one of my top 2. I would just grab these lines and drag it up to the top. We'll just keep that right down there at the bottom where it needs to be. Okay, and then the last thing that I wanted to show you is recommendations. So think of recommendations like Google reviews, okay? You want to have given more recommendations than you have received because that shows that you are a giver. You certainly don't want to have given none and received a bunch, right? So these are good because what are others saying about you and working with you? Now I'm behind. Like the last one I had was, oh my goodness, December 2023. That's not very good. And Christopher Gunn, thank you so much for your recommendation. But so I've received 22. I hope I've given more. Okay, yeah, I've given 45. So yeah, I love to give recommendations. So that's good. And then if you speak any other languages, you can put that down there. You can include them. You can include any organizations you're involved with. Anyone can look, like if you want to see what kind of groups or people or companies people are following, this is where you would find that. Okay. And I am going to go over to Christopher Gunn's here because I know that he's worked hard on his.
Well, I'm not as cool as Gary, so don't expect anything crazy.
Well, you've been working on it though. I think you changed your banner recently.
But Tracy gets all the credit from my profile. She did it for me. So thank her.
Hey, I needed the information from you. That's the hardest part, really. Yes, you did change your banner, Christopher. This looks fantastic. Look at this. Effective design and marketing for your business. Just need the call to action somewhere here. Oh, and you are 10 people away from reaching the $500 connections, right? Making great use of your headline. Outstanding. Let's see, contact info. Oh, this is perfect. This is great. So we have another profile that you guys can look at as an example. You can add a custom button here, and then we can work on the about section. But great start. Okay, so let's go on to the next part of this webinar. Okay, we've talked about all this stuff. Oh, and in your worksheet, there's this is called your social selling index. If you're logged into your LinkedIn, it'll take you, it won't take you to your LinkedIn, but it's going to give you a score on a scale of 1 to 100. And you want to shoot for 70 or higher. So I'll show you what mine looks like. Okay, it's probably, I can't seem to get over 74 and I'm good with that. Okay, well, 76, close enough. So LinkedIn basically grades you on how well you're using the platform. And these are the 4 things they're looking at. You know, are you establishing your professional brand? And if you click on the little question mark, it'll tell you how you can do better. Are you finding the right people? So are you connecting with people? And how well are you engaging with insights? Are you sharing relevant content that people care about? And are you building relationships? So you just want to look at this overall score and then you can dig deeper in it. But I would say don't go down the big rabbit hole of that. Just, you know, the main thing is be approachable, be clear, make it easy for people to connect with you. And now we'll go on to the second part, which is how do you attract and find your ideal customers, your ideal employees, your ideal target market. LinkedIn is very much like Google. Let's see, I'm gonna have to mute somebody. There we go. LinkedIn is very much like Google. So people go here to search. So I'll show you who I'm looking for CEOs in Nashville. So this is how you do it. Okay. You type in the word CEO. I wouldn't say CEOs because if I'm creating a profile, I'm not going to say I'm CEOs. I'm going to say I'm CEO. So you type in the word CEO. This is the 20 minutes once a week deal. This takes you 20 minutes to send out 100 invites to connect to your target market. CEO, I'm going to go to people. Okay, we've got 10 million results. All right, we need to narrow that down. So now we go to second degree. That means I'm not connected to them, but one of you might be connected to them. Third degree means the person I'm trying to connect to and I have no mutual connections. First degree means I'm already connected to them. Second degree is like first cousin. Third degree, not connected to them in any way. Location, I'm looking for Nashville. Okay, just want to make sure it clicked. Yeah. We've got Nashville Metro and Nashville. Oh, wait, I unclicked it. That's weird. Show results. So, oh my goodness, why is that not working? I have no idea. We're having technical difficulties here. Well, normally you would click, it's probably because I'm trying to run Zoom here too, but normally, yeah, I would click Nashville and then this would not say 526,000 results. It's going to say, yeah, maybe 20,000. So then I'm going to look for people who are a current owner. I'm going to look for people who have a picture like this top guy here. And I'm just going to say connect. I'm not going to send him a note because no time for that. And I'm going to find 99 other people that look like people I might want to be connected to. So that will take you 20 minutes. Grab your coffee on a weekend and you can get it done. So you can send up to 100 every single week. If you have a nice looking profile and it's clear that to people what you do and you have a product or a service that people want, you might get 40 to 50 new connections every single week. That's what I get. On the low end, you're going to get 10 to 15 new connections every single week. That's great, but what do you do with them? Okay, so let me go back to our checklist here and make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, yeah, I do. So you have to know your target audience, and I just showed you how to search for them. You can send up to 100 invites every single week. I just showed you how to do that. If you have people that are spamming you, just go ahead and remove them. Like, obviously, Christopher is not someone I would ever remove, but let's pretend he was somebody who's spamming me. And I've had enough. Okay, so I'm going to go to his profile. I'm going to go to more. I'm going to go to unfollow. And then I'm going to go back into more. And I'm going to say remove connection. And if he's just bad hombre, I'm going to block him too. So, sometimes it happens where we just need to, somebody might come in and be poaching your clients or be poaching your network and spamming your network. So we want to keep our list nice and clean. So, and they do not get a notification that you disconnected with them. So don't worry about that. Okay, and the other thing I want to show, which is kind of cool, is the dots. Okay, so when you look at your messages, you're going to see either a solid green dot or a, don't want the star. You're going to see either a solid or a hollow green dot, or you'll see nothing. So like you can see Melissa here, there's no dot. It means she's not logged in to LinkedIn, or she has her settings set so that people don't know when she's on. But if you see a hollow green dot, it means they most likely have the app on their phone and they have push notifications. So they're going to get the message immediately. If they've got a solid green dot like this guy, it means he's logged in on his computer. So everyone's got their cell phone in their hand. If you see someone with a hollow green dot, I would target those people first because they're probably going to respond faster. Okay, and then the last part to this, since we were at 3:30, is what do you do when you connect with them? This is what I do. I send them a follow-up message. I thank them for connecting. I do not pitch them. It's gross. People don't want that. They don't want to be pitched. They want to build relationships and they want to connect with you. All you have to do is look at who writes back, and you'll be surprised by you just saying, Christopher, thanks so much for connecting. I hope you have a productive week. You'd be surprised how many people write back and say, thank you so much for not pitching me. I really appreciate that. And then you can start a conversation. Then you can go in and look at their profile a little bit more and find something interesting that you can talk about and comment on. And a couple different ways you can do that is, instead of typing it out, you can send a voice memo. And that's easiest to do just on your cell phone. Then they can hear your voice and it's going to get their attention because nobody's doing that. Most people aren't brave enough to do it, honestly, because they're afraid. So, but try it, do some beta testing. Endorse them when appropriate, endorse their top 2 skills. Everybody likes that. And make offers to help them. You can invite them to an event that you've got coming up, a training, an event. You can make a warm introduction. Hey, Christopher, I don't know you yet, but I can see that what you do would really help Thurman. So I'm putting the 2 of you together in this group chat. You can do that on LinkedIn, adding value to people. They love it. So once you feel like you've added enough value, then make the ask. Hey, would love to schedule a 20 or 30-minute one-to-one with you just to get to know one another and learn about each other's businesses. Would you be open to that? Those last words are magic because no one wants to say, yeah, no, I'm not open. I'm not open to that, because then you just sound like a jerk. So those are my tips. This is how I use LinkedIn. That concludes our training session. So if you have to drop off, go right ahead. If you have questions or would like me to take a look at your profile, I'm happy to do that. You can stay on here now. So there's no awkwardness if you're going to drop off. So what questions do you guys have?
Tracy, can we get a copy of a recording of this?
Yes. Yep. I am going to upload it to YouTube, and I will add the link and post it on my LinkedIn page. Plus, as a 317 member, you'll get an email.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. What struggles, challenges, questions does anybody have with LinkedIn?
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Yes.
So I don't really use LinkedIn and I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. So for everybody that doesn't know, I am a personal trainer and a nutritionist weight loss coach. So all of my clients right now are seeing me in person in my home gym. And then I am getting ready to begin working on some online courses. I've heard some people tell me, use LinkedIn. Other people tell me that's not for you. I don't know if it is or not. My ideal client are women, and my target is between 40 and 60, preferably still working. Although I have got a couple that are here that are semi-retired. And so I don't know if I'm able to use LinkedIn to find my target clients or not. What's your thought on that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The short
Okay.
answer is yes, especially if you're looking to build an online course because you're looking to build your community nationwide, right? So
Yeah.
you can
Yes.
LinkedIn would be a great additional platform. I know you're active on Facebook, but
Yeah.
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Facebook is practically my website.
So the thing with any of these sites is that, we don't own our list, and that's the risk that we take when we build our big community on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Right.
With LinkedIn, you do have the option. You can just go into settings, and I do recommend that people do this like once a quarter. Go to settings, go to data, go to, if you go to settings, data, and then export or download a list of your contacts. I definitely recommend that. I don't know if you can do that with other platforms, and that's really not the purpose of this call, but people go to LinkedIn to learn, to connect, to build relationships, grow their business, and they're a lot more they're very willing to pull out their credit card. So
Gotcha. So then on those lines, then my my only other question would be, so in your line of business, I can understand why you're wanting to connect and make relationship and community with other CEOs and other people along the type of people, because you can see what people use service. For me, am I just going to be looking for female professionals? Not necessarily, I'm not going to be able to target if they have health needs or need to work out things like that. Talk to me about that. Just talk me through that, what that looks like.
that's a great question. So in that case, I would look for people who are, what types of groups are your people into, because LinkedIn also has groups. It has events like this. This is called a LinkedIn event. I built this thing through a LinkedIn event. When you build a LinkedIn event, Christopher knows this. When you build a LinkedIn event through your company page, which is free on LinkedIn, and it's easy. I could teach an 8th grader how to do this stuff. You get a download of people's contact info, first name, last name, title, company, and email. What you don't get is their phone, but hey, you get their email, so that's pretty good. So you start building your list. So yeah, but like there are groups for stay-at-home moms. There are groups of women in LinkedIn, on LinkedIn. Christopher, yes.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would like to say something to that, Valerie. So as a personal trainer, I think that it's important that you understand, like, well, you probably know this already. You're looking for people who have, first of all, the time, right? Depending on when your hours are. Also, they need to have the extra income to be able to afford that. So LinkedIn is typically your kind of upper echelon of white collar business professionals. I mean, I think this is perfect for you.
Right.
And I see Derek is on here too. I know you're a personal trainer as well. So like, I think you guys are onto something there. All right.
Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate you saying that.
Yep.
Yes. That's awesome. 2 personal somebody had to go. All right, no problem. 2 personal trainers, a website designer, a sales coach, and Thurman builds prototypes. So yeah, but yes, I totally agree. Derek, what questions do you have? I'd love to hear from you. Tell us about your business.
Thanks for letting me on this. This is great. I love seeing the bunch of folks on here that I know. So this is awesome. So yeah, I do personal training, done that for a while, dealt with Amy's oldest, which was fantastic. He's off at school now. And now I just own studios. So we have a location that's opening in Capitol View, down in Nashville, another location that's opening up in Green Hills. But that's really not my full-time job. I just operate in a directorial capacity. I'm full-time 9 to 5 construction sales. So I do roofing, windows, siding, and all that kind of stuff. And what I really want to do is enhance my LinkedIn profile to target commercial property owners or property managers. So I think that this class will directly relate to recruiting those type of personnel.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you bring up it's so nice to meet you, by the way. Thank you so much for being here.
Right.
And congratulations on doing 2 huge things in your life. Like that's awesome. Kudos to you for being able to juggle both. My brain doesn't work that way, but
good teams and systems, good teams and good systems.
Yeah, that's right. But do you know the construction industry is in the top 10 of industries that use LinkedIn the most? And actually personal like fitness and health and wellness is in the top 10. Website design, sales. Everybody on this call, I don't really know what Thurman does. I'm sorry, Thurman. But I'm guessing if you're like in any kind of manufacturing, Thurman, then you're on that top 10 list too. It's crazy, gosh, we have to remember, and I hate to bring it up, but we have to remember that just a couple years ago, we all were trapped in our homes and LinkedIn, this is all we had. So what can we learn from that? And, you know, I see LinkedIn as a way to build your database, build your network. That could be your net worth. You may need access to these people. I mean, if it happened once, who knows? It could happen again, right? So, and besides that, you know, when you're at the point, and no one really talks about this, and I could be wrong on this point, but when you're at the point where you're looking to sell your business, and you're able to download all of your LinkedIn connections, I would think that would have a nice dollar amount attached to it with your business. So anyways, yeah, Derek, I don't know how you want to show how you want people, and that's the other thing. I don't know how you want people to know you on LinkedIn. Do you want people to know you as both the personal trainer and
I don't actually. It's primarily going to be as a recruitment tool for commercial sales.
okay, boom. And then that's how you get to show up. So people ask that when they have multiple businesses. They're like, gosh, I do all these things. How do I not confuse everyone?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and the other thing is it's like the contact info is like 90% accurate because most people we manage our own profiles. And so we update our stuff if we're using it. So yeah, what other questions do you guys have? None?
If we were to fast track this, what would be the best way to do this? Can I get somebody off of Fiverr and pay them $20 to fast track my profile development, or?
I would not do that. The fastest way to update your profile would probably be to book a call with somebody who can walk you through it. If you want a done for you method, you're going to pay a lot of money, and they're still going to need the information from you, so you're still going to have to be involved. So I'm happy to help you with that if you're interested.
I would actually be interested in talking to you about that.
Okay.
I created one about a year ago, and girlfriend, it is just, I've not done anything with it. And the picture up there is horrible. And because I don't know what to do with it. Does that make sense?
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah. You're
I
so
would-
not alone.
I would love to pay you to fix my page.
Well, you know, I'm happy to help. It is kind of I can let that creative side of me out, you know, come out. And Christopher is a great resource for banners and logos and websites, of course. And then the sales piece, Amy is a good go-to person for that, for sure. So, but so if any of you offer services like your community, your online community that you're building, Christopher, for you, I can see some possibility for you, Derek, too. Definitely you, Amy. LinkedIn events, like the way that I think everybody on this call registered for this was through a feature with LinkedIn, and it's all free. And you just create a company page, which takes you like 5 minutes. And then you can start creating these webinars just like this. And when people register, you get like I said, you get their name, their title, their company, and their email. So you start building rapport, credibility, relationships. You're adding value to people. You're helping them get something done. You can build some nice communities on here. Derek, you could tell me more about the stuff you're selling with commercial construction.
Yeah. So what we do is we sell a silicone sealant that goes onto different types of commercial roofs, so big projects. And with the product, we're able to come in at less than half of a full tear off replacement. So we want to make sure that we get this material into these building owners and building managers' hands, because it cuts their costs down exponentially.
Okay, so I could see like a 30-minute demo, or maybe a 15-20-minute demo, do like a lunch and learn or a virtual happy hour or virtual coffee hour or something. Like, builders are fun people, but they're all super busy. And if you can bring them together through an event like this, just an idea. And then you're the guy, you're the go-to guy. You're seen as the authority, you know. So yeah. Any other questions or thoughts? Yes, Christopher.
Derek, you could do maybe like a rainy day learning, you know, because roofers typically.
When we're all stuck inside already.
Exactly.
It's great, and I can just have the set up ready to go.
I love that idea. Rainy day learning. That is so cool. You can have a whole series.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, do it on a regular basis because with these events like this thing that I did here, you can invite up to 1,000 of your first degree connections every single week. So now because these LinkedIn events have, everybody's zoomed out, right? No one wants to be sitting here in front of their screen all the time. And so it's tougher to fill the room. But when they first came out, we could bring 1,500 people to an event. It was wild. So yeah, good stuff. I know LinkedIn can be very overwhelming because there's just so much stuff. And it's just like being an entrepreneur though. Like we're constantly deciding what we're going to focus on, what noise we're going to block out. So all you have to worry about is building your network, elevating and building your network, following up with them because nobody follows up at all anymore. And so stand out that way in your business by following up with a thank you message. Get them off from LinkedIn and onto your calendars and post something once in a while, even if it's once a week or every other week. Yeah. So yeah, cool. Well, Derek and Valerie, I'll reach out to both of you for sure, and we could talk further. Any other last questions or thoughts?
Do you do this type of coaching each week? And is it just for your clients or do you offer it to others?
Oh,
I just happen to see your thing today.
okay. Yes. So there is a weekly webinar every single Wednesday at 3 p.m. It's a different topic every week. Next week's topic is about a four-day work week. What's it called?
And is it open to your non-clients or
Yeah.
just to your
No, it's open to everybody. This is
Okay.
what we do. We help entrepreneurs get better and
I
improve.
like that.
So-
I'll start sitting in on some. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yeah, if you want to hit the little bell on my profile, you'll get notified every time something
I'll
comes
do
up.
it.
So
I'll do
yeah,
it.
great. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for being here and talk with you soon and have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.